Hello and welcome to MegaTrip, the travel channel that inspires you to adventure. Once again, you join me in Georgia, this time in the capital, Tbilisi. And we are in Majestic Park. Now, Majestic Park is essentially, well, it's a park, right? But it's also a theme park, and you can see a little spire up here. Anyway, I'll give you a little bit more info on that in a second, but for now, here's what's coming up on this episode of MegaTrip. So sitting here on the side of the mountain above the city of Tbilisi is the fortress that's name I have just forgotten. Georgia, the country, was actually founded over 1,500 years ago. We didn't come up this cable car just for the Narikala fortress. Oh no, 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 no. It's very dense. There is a lot. Through the magic of editing, you now know more than I do about what's coming up on this particular adventure. Anyway, like I said, we're in Tbilisi, in Georgia, in Majestic Park, and it's a weird little theme park, I guess. There's lots of little cafes like this, lots of little rides, roller coasters. Now, I do recommend you come here. Don't worry, it's not like Disneyland where you have to pay an absolute fortune to get in. You can come in for absolutely free, and all the rides are kind of pay as you go. There's cafes, restaurants, bars, little pools for the kids. And the way you get here, or at least the way we got here, was on cable car. Now, there's kind of three main cable cars in the city. I'm not going to try and pronounce the names because I'm really struggling with Georgian pronunciation, but this is one of them, and it brings you up from the city to the park itself, and you can see some wonderful views back over the city, over the river that flows through the heart of Tbilisi. In terms of cost, I think for us, for a return ticket for two people was 50 Georgian lari. So what's that? That's about $15 maybe, something like that. Probably got that wrong, but somewhere in that region. And check it out. It's really nice and chill and tranquil. Beautiful summer's day. There's restaurants. And a big spire. Feel free to look it up on Google what that is. Anyway, let's carry on looking around the amazing city of Tbilisi here in Georgia. Cue the music. So we've headed down from Majestic Park now into the centre of Tbilisi, or the bottom of the old town, down on the river, and you can really start to see the beauty of this city. Check all of this out. What looks like an amazing church and sculpture up there on the bank. We've got the Metekhi Church of the Assumption, and the statue in front, the equestrian statue of King Vakhtang Gorgasili, who was the founder of Tbilisi here in Georgia back in the 5th century. Absolutely riddled with history, this place. Can't beat it. But it's a real mix here of old mixed with the new. So you can see perhaps over this way, Peace Bridge. It's modern structure here down on the river. Maybe we'll get a chance to look at that in a bit more detail later. But mixed with some very old items. We're about to get another cable car to go see one of those. A particular bit of sculpture celebrating the history of Georgia, of Tbilisi. Now, Georgia, the country, was actually founded over 1,500 years ago, and that is what this sculpture celebrates. Anyway, let's enjoy the little walk to the cable car. So it's just maybe a 4 or 5 minute ride up in the cable car, maybe 500 meters, 508 meters maybe. And you get some local Georgian music here at the top to welcome us. Right, let's crack on. So as you get up to the top of the cable car, there is the Narikala fortress, sat up here on the side of the mountain above the city of Tbilisi. You see the top of the fortress, adorned with the crucifix in this Orthodox Christian country. And you can see why it was placed here. We really are overlooking the whole city of Tbilisi. The views are absolutely stunning up here. I cannot recommend it enough. And these cable cars that go, they really are brilliant for getting up and down the big hill, getting the great views, seeing the older sites here in the city of Tbilisi in Georgia. All right, MegaTrippers, well, we didn't come up this cable car just for the Narikala fortress. Oh no, 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 no. We came up here for one of the most famous sculptures in the city, known not as the mother of Georgia, as some people say, but as the mother of Georgians. Here she is. This sculpture stands over the city of Tbilisi, protecting its citizens, bearing witness to its citizens, built in 1953 to celebrate the 1500-year anniversary of Georgia. That's right, it's a really, really old country here. Anyway, here she is in all of her glory. Okay, so let's talk a little bit generally about Tbilisi as a city. Well, one, a lot of people will come here because, well, it's pretty easy to get to. There's lots of international flights. Two, it's very dense. There is a lot. Now today we're only kind of going to be within a square kilometre, and there's so much difference and variety of things to do and stuff to see. We just picked up some yummy fruit, that was nice, and now we're in this little park. We've come back down the cable car from the mother of Georgians to this beautiful little park area. And again, there's loads to do around here. You saw there's a lovely little fountain, the balloon you can go up for the views. I mean, I'd argue there might be better views elsewhere for cheaper. You can see churches, you can see old buildings, and we're about to wander over to the old town. But before we go kind of see what's next on our route there, just a little reminder, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, do give me a little like. It's just a little thumbs up icon down there. If you've got something to say, if you've been to Georgia, if you've been to Tbilisi, we've got something wrong, do leave me a little comment down the bottom. And of course, do make sure you subscribe to the video, to the channel, in fact. Every single time I drop a bit of content, you'll get a notification. So remember, the orders are
like, comment, subscribe.
Anyway, let's wander on to our next little stop. We are going to the Peace Bridge, and you can see it just up here. I showed it to you from the river before, but this is the bridge up here. This serpentine glass structure over the river that you can see. And that actually talks a lot about the spirit of Tbilisi, or certainly the architectural spirit. It is an old city, over 1500 years old here in Tbilisi in Georgia. But they haven't tried to hang on to that past too much. Yes, they're preserving the old buildings, the old culture. You'd have seen endless sculptures, churches, old houses and boulevards around here. But when it comes to modern buildings and modern architecture, they're really then embracing it into the very heart of the city. And things like the Peace Bridge here are a fantastic example of just that. Tbilisi, Georgia, where history and modernity meet. The Peace Bridge, a stunning architectural marvel, symbolises unity and harmony in the heart of the city. Spanning the Kura River, it offers breathtaking views and connects old traditions with new aspirations. as you get up here onto this glass and steel mega structure over the river down here in the centre of Tbilisi. You can really tell the quality of the design. It's a very, very hot day here today, and it's nice and cool. You've got the shade from the superstructure, and of course a beautiful breeze blowing through these open sides. As you can see, the little tourist boats that go up and down the river. Maybe that's something we'll give a go in another video, see what it's like. But I cannot recommend it enough. Get yourself down here to Tbilisi, Georgia. Walk through the old town down here in Tbilisi. It is absolutely stunning, and it's got almost a Provençal, southern France kind of vibe, with street art, little cafes, of course churches, musicians, all in these beautiful little streets. You can just wander around and get lost. And like I said, this is a very dense city. There's lots going on. We haven't come far at all. But anyway, the reason we came to this particular bit is to see this clock tower. Wonderfully designed, built into the environment of the old town here in Tbilisi. Now, I said before, it's a very, very hot day. So that's it for this episode of MegaTrip. We're gonna go get something to eat, maybe have a little drink. But anyway, join us next time here on MegaTrip.